Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be focusing on the RB26 and getting the thing up and running so we can give it back to SOS. But before we get to that, I really want to touch on the comment section in the last video. There were an overwhelming amount of comments talking negatively about the paint job on the Mustang. SOS Customs are my boys. I have their back and I want to defend them really quickly because the paint job is not done. We are literally giving it back to them so they can buff all the overspray, do a whole nother layer of clear coat, finish the stripes, then put the interior back in, and then have it go to SEMA. We put the engine in it right now because we're running out of time. This car has been at SOS for 8 to 10 months, not to get a paint job, but really to fix all of the mess that was underneath the paint. All of the panels were destroyed. We had to replace nearly everything on the car, and we had to replace the whole entire floor pan, which we were never going to do. The car is not done. We're showing you this as we're building it. When we do the final reveal, if you guys want to give your opinions, absolutely, have it be just. But those are my boys. They do not deserve the negative feedback they got, and this car is gonna look amazing. It's not done. We're still building it. We still have to get the car running. So let's get to today's video. Get this thing running, get it back to SOS, so we can fix the paint job. All right, we've made insane progress. We have the bottom end buttoned up. I wanna show you guys the difference that we used to have. When this was getting painted at SOS, previous owner of me was another owner after someone else, and the floor pan was just disgusting and had a whole bunch of just multiple owners through it, and it was trashed. So we actually replaced the whole entire floor pan. And when we did that, they also sprayed, I got something in my eye. We also sprayed the bottom side of the car when we replaced it and sprayed everything. And this is probably one of the best undersides that we've ever had, really. It was so pretty. And now that we have the radium cell in the back, everything's kind of tidied up. Wow, look at how cool that looks. So I just finished doing the fuel lines with Calvin and Mark. Those are all ran, drive shaft is in. Still need to put the other exhaust on, so don't mind that there's only just one exhaust. But I mean, you guys can really get a true representation of how clean it is on the underside. It's beautiful. I'm super hyped on it. So we're just gonna route a few more lines, and we're not far off from our first start. The only thing left that we have to do is check fluids, tighten up the fuel rail, plumb the wastegate, install our gas pedal and cable, and then fuel, and then see if this thing starts up after a year's time. And obviously do a full tighten because some of our boost couplers aren't done yet, but it's looking sick. All right, we're almost there. While I am filling the car with Valvoline Xerox and some VR1, Mark is assembling the gas pedal and throttle cable. And then once all that is ready, we should be ready to prime the system and I think go for a first start. VR1, baby. One day I'll have my car on the back of the bottle, hopefully. Hey, before we start it, we're gonna have Calvin just key on the car and prime the fuel pumps to make sure nothing's leaking. So Cal, why don't you give us a little start, or ignition start. Did you press it? You did? Pumps aren't on. We would have heard it. So when we just keyed on the car, our dash said that the car was reading 100% throttle input. Although it's not, it's reading that it is. So before we go ahead and start the car, we're gonna address that issue. And while this car was disassembled and we had the drivetrain sitting on the floor, we sometimes would rob the RB26 of certain parts for other cars that needed it. And one of those parts was the TPS. The TPS we used for the GTT R34 that we did, and then we ordered a new TPS and installed it. So we think that...
I think that the pinout is different between a couple of years, disappointing.
Damn, he's on it.
Gonna swap that pinout, double check our math and our homework, and then this thing's gonna run.
Yes.
Tip top.
Easy little fix. And if swapping the pinouts doesn't work, the idea is that this TPS can be used throughout a variance of different models and makes and years, and it will be cross-compatible with all those things, but the pinouts have to be correctly. So unfortunately, the one that we just threw in there is reading a little incorrectly. So Ian's doing Ian things. He's gonna swap some pins and try to see if we can get it to read correctly. If we don't get that fixed today, it's not the end of the world. We can have the car think it's giving 100% throttle. It literally uses a cable. So although it will say that, it's not actually doing that. We'll get that fixed up and then we'll proceed to try to start the car. Dr. Ian saves the day. When we key on, watch our throttle not say 100%. Now it says 5, 6, but that's okay. So
here's the cool part. So here, he opened it up.
Oh.
You set the minimum.
Yep.
And the maximum.
Nice, Ian. I want to interrupt today's video to say thank you to today's sponsor, and that is BetterHelp. As you guys know, mental health is very important to me, as I've actively talked about it with you guys plenty times in the previous years. BetterHelp has helped change my life personally because I'm able to connect with a therapist online at my own convenience and improve my mental health. And mental health reminds me a lot of this BRZ. The BRZ isn't great in stock form, but with a little bit of help, like a big turbo kit, it gets a lot better, and that's what BetterHelp is. BetterHelp is that little bit of modification you need to be the best version of yourself. And just like hard modifications, there's a ton of different options out there to suit what's best for you, and BetterHelp is no different. BetterHelp is available via phone chat, messaging, or even online video. You can do it all from the comfort of your own home, and you don't need to go anywhere specifically or spend any time going, because you can do it all from your phone. Their network includes over 30,000 licensed therapists, so you know that there's tons of options for you. And just like all the cars out there, you need to test drive each car to see what you like and what you don't like before you make your final choice. And it's no different with BetterHelp. And if you get matched with a therapist that you don't necessarily like, you can easily change with just a click of the button in your settings to find a new one. And after answering a few questions, you'll get matched with a suitable therapist in 48 hours or less. Like I said before, I've personally experienced the power that having a therapist can do to your life, and it's something that is a little bit weird to get used to when you first get started, but once you get going, you can never look back and you'll wish that you started it sooner, like myself. The team tries their best to respond to a member's issues within 24 hours of receipt, 7 days a week. That's one of the many reasons as to why I love BetterHelp and why I want you guys to try them out yourself. So be sure to head to betterhelp.com/TJ Hunt to get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp. And once again, thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video. And now let's get back to it. Now, another random little problem, our fuel pumps aren't turning on through our ECU, but we did this hot wire them to the battery and they do work. So Ian's...
We're gonna check. You wanna hit the fuel pump button?
Did you key on the fuel pump?
The green status lights are on. Well, there's your problem. That should say something more than 0 at least.
It was working literally yesterday.
The only thing I can think of is it's a PDM and it might have a low voltage disconnect.
So if the battery's too low,
if the battery's too low, it won't let the fuel pumps turn on.
If we had this connected, wouldn't that bypass that?
That should add voltage and hopefully get us over our threshold. All right, cycle the pumps off and on again. Yeah, so we're definitely above the low voltage disconnect. We must hunt deeper. So I was testing resistance between the negative post and our ground over there. You can see.
Yeah, it's stacked.
And I was like grabbing just the top of the threads, and I was like, okay, we got ground.
But
then it wasn't working. So I took the nut off, found a bunch of bed liner down there, undercoating.
All of the spray that went down at SOS.
Yeah.
That ground was
cleaned it off. And then
worked like a charm.
Turned right on.
Okay.
I didn't even bother double checking. I just hopped in the car and keyed the thing on.
Well, sick. So we're going to attempt the first start. We're gonna have our eyes on fuel lines. We're gonna have our eyes on oil. We're gonna check for anything that leaks.
So just crank it.
Yeah, you can just crank it.
No oil. That should go up, right?
We got fuel pressure though.
1 PSI, Ian, 1 PSI.
Should crank it more.
1 PSI.
Continuous?
It sounds like the ignition.
The ignition is not on.
Okay, yeah, crank it.
Feel it?
Well, when I press start, it says it turns on the fuel pump.
Well, I mean, I put oil on it.
Yeah, I know it has oil in it.
So I'm not too worried about starting it. It want her to start. Give her a start, Calv. It want her to start. She wants to run. She's done being in the garbage. She's done.
That's a cool 4-banger.
Give it again.
Give her a go.
Give her hell.
One more shot.
Come on, old girl.
We have oil pressure. 60 pounds.
Yeah, she's definitely misfiring. There it was. It just had to fart out the back.
Yeah.
It just had to fart.
I had the same issue last night. Started right up.
Oh, great. So keep an eye on our coolant. We have some more Xerox over here. This thing hasn't ran in quite a long time. What? Yeah, it's been like a year. Belts are a little squeaky, but no problem. Oh, how exciting, man. It's been so long. This car always had a problem with squeaky pulleys, but I've seen on YouTube before someone use deodorant. Dylan already got into a little bit.
Italy, I'm sorry. I'll give you more.
Watch your fingers, Dill.
And then you give it back to your girl, and she's pissed at you.
The fact that actually worked. That's it.
That's so much better.
And it's not squeaking anymore.
Wow, what a great car.
All right, we noticed the alternator post was a little bit loose because we were getting a warning from the dash. We just fixed that up and tightened the tensioner bracket because that was a little bit loose. We're also getting on the flex fuel sensor through our AEM, we're getting that it's at 0 flex fuel, which I believe, I'm 95% confident I put in flex fuel, or I put in E85 from our pump yesterday. It's reading 0. And I also just added Sunoco E85R to just guarantee that it was. If the car had just 91 in it, the flex fuel content would read 0%, but if it had full E in it, it would read at least 80%. So we're trying to diagnose why that is acting up. Ian said that sometimes if the fuel's a little bit old, E85 from the gas station pumps have a little bit of moisture in them. So there could be water in front of the sensor. We're trying to diagnose always little problems right now. What are you doing down there,
It's
Ian?
like pulsing. Like
I can hear that. I can hear it pulsating from here.
Yeah. I think just the regulator kind of got, it's been sitting a long time, so it kind of got like a stiff diaphragm, so that's why it's pulsing maybe. It seems like it's getting better the longer we let the fuel pump run. So,
You want to run the car and just...
does the Flex say anything different yet, Calvin?
No. My thought process that maybe could be a little bit flawed is that if we let it run, it might burn all the junk out.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a very low percentage of that will actually...
do any damage at idle though.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay, let it run. Okay.
Battery's dead.
Let me put the box on the back.
AFR 17.
AFR is 18. Yeah. Super lean.
Is it going down?
15. A little bit, dropping a little bit. 14. Flex still at 0. So it does think it's on 91 right now.
Exactly. And that agrees with that flex fuel content on the dash being at 0.
So the question is, do we have a spare flex fuel sensor here?
Where you going?
Hey, move it! What the f? We need that.
Oh, sorry, go.
Whoa! Oh, damn! AEM out of the way. Haltech to save the day, baby. Let's throw in a new flex fuel sensor. Thank you, Haltech, for helping us solve our builds. This guy right here is our flex fuel sensor. We're gonna go ahead and swap it out. So we're just gonna crack both ANs, pull that off, and then swap over our fittings and try again. And we're gonna spill fuel everywhere. Who wants to get fuel on me?
Plugged?
In the shit.
Dude.
Okay.
Shower it up, Calv. All right, new sensor is in. We're gonna lower the car, fire it up, and see if we can read ethanol. If we can read ethanol, sweet, easy fix. Stoked that we have the spare. If not, we're gonna have to dig a little bit deeper. So let's hope this works.
Fuel's going right through it.
Uh-oh.
Your resist.
Bad news.
Beep beep.
Flex fuel still not working.
All TJ's fault. He has a bad car. It's all bad. Throw it in the bin. That's why I made a big.
Now Ian has to do superhero Ian things. We're gonna go up with the car. We're gonna check for positive and ground at the sensor and see if anything comes up. If the answer is yes, that's a good thing. If the answer is no, it means we gotta chase the wires back. It may be somewhere something shorted, or there's a ground missing that Calvin probably forgot. Most likely what happened. But ladies and gentlemen, all the Ians have been sold out. Calvin's sold out. Ian, tell them why you're sold out in every store possible.
It's just I'm in demand, you know?
Well, what was the problem?
It was a connector that was undone. Simple. Oops.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
It wasn't plugged in all the way?
there's a spare connector that went to it.
So there's
it
two
was
connectors.
Two connectors that needed to be, like the
I saw that connector.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, what is this spare connector to? It literally says spare on it.
spare. Yeah, that was it.
Well, my statement still stands. Ton of TJs on the shelf. Tons of those. Calvin's and Ian's. Sold out. Now our flex fuel is reading 86%, which, Ian, I have so many questions about that. If it's E85 and it should be reading 85.
That means that just means Sunoco.
It's that good Sunoco. Ours breaking the 85% scale. All right, ethanol is good. Now that our ethanol is good, our AFRs are gonna be corrected and we're not gonna be as lean and it's gonna be appropriate and it should run a little bit better. And also now when we rev it, it shouldn't just lean itself out and choke. It should be able to breathe clearly. So now that that's fixed up, we're gonna let this baby run for a bit, get it warm, get that thermostat to open, get all the air bubbles out. Oh, SEMA is like less than a week away, but it's gonna be okay, baby. All right, fire her up, Pep. Fire her up. Looks good. AFRs are a little cleaner. Flex fuel sensor's freaking out a little bit, but it's okay. Now it knows that it has the 85 in it. Yeah! Oh, I'm like falling in love with this car all over again. So sick. So sick. Yeah! We also have one faulty fan. So to try to diagnose what the problem is, we're gonna start to see if one of the fans is bad. So we swapped the connector that was feeding one of the fans to now the bad fan. So we think, I'm gonna key on. If the fan goes, then we will know that the fan is good. There's just something faulty with the wiring. If the fan doesn't turn on, then we know, hey, just order a new fan, replace it, and it will work. So I'm gonna key on. I'm gonna hit this fan button.
And this one. So it is the wiring. Yeah, it's the wiring, because when we were running just now, he's only on this fan. I swapped him, now moved to this fan. Back to my meter.
I'm Ian. And
Ian's are sold out everywhere. Let me tell you why. He'll just break into the matrix with his meter, his giant meter.
his fatty meat.
Dude, his meter is so fatty.
We got ground.
We got ground, which means it's...
Now we get power side problem. Hit that fan again.
Okay. Unsec.
Is it on already?
No. What are you reading, Ian? Kill it? It's now the next day and I'm driving your guys' BRZ today, which I do apologize, but not really. Ever since we got the car on E85, and if you didn't see that episode, we installed a flex fuel sensor and I'm running E85, Sunoco E85R. I've been obsessed with this car. It's so damn good. And it makes me not like regret giving this one away, but it makes me almost wish I redid the Miley setup. So it didn't make as much horsepower, and I'm like considering sizing down on the turbo on Miley and shooting for like 450 to 475 horsepower, because the car with this turbo size is just so snappy and it's so good. It's the best daily. So I'm putting some miles on your car. I apologize, but today is Formula D Irwindale, which is the last round of the season, and all of our friends are there. So we're gonna go drive up today. We're gonna go meet up with the boys, meet at Anthony and Nate's house. And we're gonna take a little road trip today. I also wanna give a little shout out to all you guys who picked up the new acid wash tees we did. We did them in 4 different colorways, but we dropped those t-shirts because those are part of the giveaway, and instantly, within like a day, you guys sold out the whole entire inventory that I ordered. So, because it was such a popular item, I ordered another batch, twice the quantity as the first batch. So they're back on the website. They were sold out for a second, and I was like, dude, these are so fire. I have one of every color. No, I have 2 of every color. I have 8 of these t-shirts in my closet. They're just my fave. So shout out to you guys. It's always cool seeing all that support. And we're gonna be picking the winner here. We have like 12 days left on the giveaway. And one of you guys is gonna win this car and get flown out. So super stoked to meet you. Also, a little update on this BRZ. We're making like 440 horsepower to the wheel. And the clutch is starting to slip. Womp, womp, womp. Which I've heard some clutches will slip, some won't. It's kind of just the luck of the draw. And unfortunately, ours is starting to slip, so I just overnighted an ACT clutch, and I'm gonna install it later this week. So the winner of this car will have a brand new clutch that will be able to handle all this horsepower, like no drama, but kind of bummed. It's really nice having a super stock clutch on a car that's making this much horsepower just for daily driving, but this ACT clutch that I got, I talked to guys at ACT and they're like, this clutch is just as light as the factory one, so no worries, but it does have a little bit of like clutch rattle, but that's just BRZs, so a little bit of a trade-off there, but you're gonna have a clutch that's gonna hold. But I'll do a pull. It's crazy, this thing makes so much torque now. I started to notice the car was slipping in like second, and I was like, maybe it's wheel spin. Then I did it in third, and I was like, can't really tell. So I was like, all right, let's try it in 4th gear. And in 4th gear, it kind of goes, wah. That was my impression of a clutch slipping, by the way, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. But new clutch on the way. This thing's a little torque monster. There's a guy there that is homeless. I see him there all the time. So last week I put together a big hunting company care package of sweatshirts, t-shirts, some of our cargo pants, our shorts and stuff, and we gave it to him. He's such a nice guy. But I just saw him wearing the Monte Carlo sweatshirt. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but I don't know, thought that was kind of cool. This old BMW's got a Fun Haver sticker and a Heat Wave sticker. He's got some setup on the front. Let's see if we can check it out. He heard the blow-off valve. That thing is sick. It's got a big front mount on that thing. Or no, that's a skid plate. That's not a front mount. What is that setup? That thing was wild looking. Dude, California is always filled with like the most unique and wild builds. There's a lot of things I don't like about California. But one of the things I do love about it is the car scene here is like, I think it's one of the best, if not the best. And look who we have here. Damn, color coordination on
Dude, I'm
rock.
brown. Look at you. You're getting your acid with your little wash jeans.
Yeah, I thought I matched.
So did I.
Kev, give the people an update.
An update?
You blew up your lip. You exploded it. Maybe the low life's not for you. Maybe the the P car life's too much for you.
I'm just getting used to it. Don't worry about it.
Look at this, you guys. Oh, I was with Kevin when that happened.
Well, the thing is, it was much worse.
It's not that noticeable.
Well, I took a lot of black paint. If you can see,
Oh,
this
that
whole part
kinda-
it was white. And then Sabrina was like, "Go park in there." And then so it was at night. Went there, and then the whole lip was like this, scratching. You didn't even see. You see how much shaved off.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Damn, she's
Apparently
looking
people
icy though.
People go through those lips like candy. They have like 3 or 4 on deck because
We were
blow them up.
We were kind of talking the other night, and you said that they're relatively cheap, or they can be cheap. You can get them off of eBay cheap.
They can be, or you can go OEM. Everyone's saying OEM's real cheap, but I'm seeing them for like 500. So if someone can send me a link for somewhere around 2.
I mean, if you want me to play devil's advocate, if you buy like an aftermarket lip, like even our Street Hunter lips that are carbon are like $700.
yeah.
So like 500 is
500
like
is not
not
bad.
bad,
It's not
especially for like an OEM part. What would be smart is just to bite the bullet, buy like 2 of them,
I know.
paint them both, and just keep them on
I don't wanna
ice in the
paint them.
garage.
I feel like it's just better.
Oh yeah. Then
I don't even want it painted.
You're right. You're right. Leave it the satin, whatever the satin plastic finish.
OEM. For me,
It's a good Christmas gift for you.
I've been
Just buy
driving-
you Porsche lips.
yeah, just buy me lips. Send me lips. Everyone send me lips. But driving it every day now, dude. It's good. It's real good. It's real sporty. So it's a little bit less like soft and comfy than the BMW.
Yep.
But it's definitely dailyable car, and it turns a lot of heads, dude.
I love that. I love that for you.
Took it to Cars and Coffee this morning. Fit right in with all the other
Damn,
Porsches.
you went to Cars and Coffee this morning. You're on one. Sick. Damn, we're gonna have a packed day then. You have a big packed day.
We're up at 6 a.m. shooting something over there. It's gonna be sick. We got some really sick shots.
Did you not just hear what I said,
Let's get a fit check. Fit check, boys.
What are you wearing? I'm wearing Hunko. I'm wearing Hunko.
Damn.
Me and Nate are like straight up matching.
Yeah.
With the rubber label hat.
Damn.
Twan's fired.
The odd one out.
Twan.
I was like, we can't all.
What sweatshirt are you wearing?
R for what?
What sweatshirt do you have? Oh, okay. I
Still
was
a
like,
boy.
I have the Signature Series 2 collection.
Where's the RB?
You know we gotta rep at least a little.
All
bit.
these
I
boys
don't have
gotta
a sweatshirt.
stop for food. We better get going.
Hurry up and tie your shoe.
No, just
Kevin. I gotta tie my shoes. All right, we just got to Irwindale, and I want to give a special shout out to Formula Drift. Every time I come to the track or come to a race, they always hook it up with a sweet box, and it's so enjoyable to watch. So thank you, FD. We love you. Whoa, Booth on the right channel. Woo! Go, Sean Booth. Woo! Hell no. Go, Adam, go. Go, Adam, go. Good job.
Damn. It's a sick filter. Nobody wants to see that. Give me something.
What?
Give me an update.
I'm a sweaty boy right now. I'll give you an
okay.
update. I'll give you an update. It's a bit warm. It's a bit warm here. Adam just won the last battle of top 32. We're headed to top 16. That's the update. We're all gonna get a bit hungry here, but it's super packed down there, and I guarantee you all the lines are super long. So we're probably not gonna eat till like 7 or 8.
You gotta be careful because the concession stands like do close.
TJ Hunt, how's your FD experience been so far?
It's great. One day I'll be here.
One day, why are you not here today?
I'm not ready yet, Kev.
Not yet?
I'm just
What values do you see yourself improving on to get yourself here one day?
everything. My commitment level, my aggression, and keeping it tame. Brother.
What's up, brother?
Wait, I never got your name.
My name's Aiden.
Aiden, nice to meet you. Dude, look at that.
It's been on my arm for 2 years.
That's
it's gonna
sick,
stay on me
dude.
for the rest of my
That's
life.
awesome. We got a pair of, we got the LZ gloves. So we got
Matt Field, I've got TJ, I've got LZ, I've got
everybody else
everybody
that we can.
Right.
Damn.
I'm just collecting the blessed gloves.
That's dude. Are you gonna use them or are you gonna hang them up somewhere?
I think I have to use
I think if you used
but
it,
I'm never
you'd-
washing. Never
Never wash.
Look
But
up-
if you like drove with those, you'd have special powers.
100%. Through the canyons?
Yeah. You're just on the freeway, just chilling with gloves on.
100%. I'm gonna be the most casual civilian.
Hell yeah. Well, it's good to meet you, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
That's
Thank you
rad.
so
All
much.
right, I'm at Forsberg's booth right now, and if you didn't see it on, was it your channel or Chris's channel the last one?
Chris is taking all the content.
We filmed like a Grid Live sit-down podcast thing where I was just grilling Forsberg on questions that he dodges on the internet, and we're filming another one with Chris, Nate, and Adam. Where is this? Is it going to be on Chris's channel?
This is going back on Chris's channel.
Okay,
dude. He's getting all of it.
Well, it will be live in probably like a day or two. So look out for that on Chris's channel to see what we get up to. Last time I was throwing hot takes I was fired up.
I was ready.
Because I had beers in my hand, but we'll see what happens.
We're way more sober this time.
To tie this all back to the beginning of this video, if you were someone who was defending the Mustang, defending SOS in the comments, saying, hey, they're not done. Let them finish the car before you start spewing negativity everywhere. I want to say shout out to you. I appreciate those in the comments who had our back and had SOS's back. You guys are rock stars, and thank you for fucking with us. I'll see you guys in the next video. We have the Veilside 20B starting up and tuning. We have driving that car and the Evo 5. I think we're finally about to finish that car. I know it's been a minute, but trust me, the video is like a month's worth of footage into one, so it's gonna be hot. Thank you guys for watching. See you boys in the next video. Peace out, and keep moving forward.